Hey, halftime report, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the top three best teams. Who's on the podium this season after the halftime report in the Formula One 2023 season? Third place, ladies and gentlemen. Guess where I'm going? Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Why? Because they surprised me. They've shocked me. I did not expect to see Williams P7 in the Constructors' Championship. Excuse me. Now, let's have it right. Alex Albon has collected all those points. So much praise goes to Alex Albon, okay? Sargent is there. He's doing his thing. We'd like to see a bit more progression in there for the rest of the second half of the season at least. But, you know, Vowles is in the camp. The Williams team looks to have a bit of structure. It looks like things are finally falling into place. They look like they could be moving forward. And I think there's still more to come with Williams. There could be something there, maybe some Otmar Safnauer, who knows, you never know. But Williams look like they're, you know, a lot better than where they were before. Because, I mean, man, we've had some hard times with Williams, okay? When I look back at the days of Claire Williams, I look back at the last days of Sir Frank Williams, you know, the team was in disarray, okay? It was not happening. And even when Josh Capito came in and was fired, I couldn't believe it. I was like, why have you got rid of him? Well, guess what, people? They've done very well this season. Fair play to them. They've done really, really well. The fact that they're not dead last, listen, they need to get some praise, okay? And they're ahead of the Haas. They're ahead of the Alfa Romeo, the Alfa Tauri. Fair play to them, okay? Now, I know it, Haas and them, I think I've got equal points with 11 points each. But nonetheless, we have to give praise where it's due because I was not expecting to see, you know, behind the Alpine, the first team would be the Williams. I did not expect that whatsoever. And 11 points for Williams at this stage of the season is a hell of a lot of points when you're down the back end of the grid fighting for the midfield positions. Fair play to Williams. 11 points. You're P3 in the best team of the first half of this season. P2, the surprise package, Mr. Aston Martin, come forward, come to the stage. Listen, you kicked things off absolutely brilliantly. You gave people a lot to think about. You were the talk of the town, yeah? Everybody was talking about you like the new hot girl that comes into your school, okay? Everybody was talking about her. They were talking about the Aston Martin. They were looking at Fernando Alonso and they said, hello, who is this? They are the surprise package, okay? Alonso knew something when he left the Alpine last season. He knew something was brewing over there and the Aston Martin have come out the blocks flying. They were phenomenal. I mean, there were 6 podiums for Aston Martin at the first half of this season. Out of 13 races, phenomenal scenes, Jeff. Big up to Aston Martin. The fact that they're even fighting for podiums, you know, it's unbelievable. Aston Martin were nowhere to be found the last couple of years, okay? I could not see them, all right? And bear in mind, this was the Racing Point team of years ago, okay? And you think they would be progressive, maybe fighting for podiums isn't such a surprise. But from where they've come from, the deficit, to where they are now, they've been absolutely phenomenal. And you would think that if there was not going to be a Red Bull win this season, definitely Alonso would have something to say, you know, in terms of who would get that other race win. And, you know, that's a credit to Aston Martin. They've done phenomenally well. The upgrades, the things that they've brought, they've changed it up well, and they've done phenomenally well this season. And, you know, we would have never... they've made us excited, okay? Man like Fernando Alonso is P3 in the Drivers' Championship, okay? Phenomenal scenes. And, of course, P3 in the Constructors' Championship, okay? That is phenomenal stuff. Who would have thought they'll be ahead of the Ferraris, for crying out loud? They've done phenomenally well this season. We have to give credit where credit is due. Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Lawrence Stroll, the gang, okay? Mike Crack, the full gang, okay? They have done unbelievably well this season. They've surprised me the most. They've been shockingly good. And yeah, it has to be said, you've got to give credit where credit is due. Aston Martin, hats off to you, man, because you're there in the conversation. You're in the mix with Mercedes and Ferrari and so on and so forth. And I didn't expect that at all. 196 points, third in the Constructors' Championships, ahead of the Ferrari. Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. Big up to Aston Martin. Number one, though, listen, we have to call it what it is, okay? It's one thing having a great driver. It's one thing having a brilliant car, but they've got the total package. Red Bull, ladies and gentlemen, without surprise, are the best team, of course, so far in the half-term report of the Formula One 2023 season because they are absolutely dominant. They are one step ahead of everybody else, okay? And just when they feel like it, they can decide to bring another upgrade forward. These guys are gone clear. They hit the nail on the head as soon as these regulations came out. And even with all the deficits that they've got regarding the penalties that they had to face because of the budget cost cap, guess what? You would not know they even have this problem, okay? They've been phenomenal all season. It might hit them later on in the season, who knows? But we're talking about the halfway stage of the season, and they've been unbelievable. They've created a car that is absolutely beastful. Now, I know Checo hasn't necessarily lit up trees. He did at the start of the season, But Max Verstappen, what he's been doing in that car, it's one thing to have the driver who is absolutely insane, like Max Verstappen, but it's another thing to have the machinery, the fact that Max can even do what he does. Has to give some credit to that Red Bull. They've just hit the nail on the head. They have not missed, and they've always been decent in fairness to Red Bull. They've always had to hit that nail just right when it suits them. And right now, they're on another level. They're on a different level, and they're schooling everybody. They're making every other team change philosophies, and that is a testament to Red Bull. They've been phenomenal this year. We cannot deny it. They've set the standards under these new regulations, and people are just copying, and they are just one step further ahead. As soon as people start to catch up and think of the same idea, they're already on to the next one. And that's just credit to Red Bull, the full team, the gang. They are doing their job. And listen, they are the best team in Formula One without a shadow of a doubt. Those were my top 3 teams so far this season at the halftime report. Tell me, who have I missed out? Is there a team that should have snuck in there? Should have McLaren got an honourable mention? I think they should have, but they've been good for the last 4 or 5 races, okay? And it's a 13 race first half report because they started off shockingly, so I couldn't squeeze them in there. But ladies and gentlemen, look, it is what it is. Let's get your comments in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation. If you like videos like this, if you like Formula One content like this, do smash a like on the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. And if you've got this far, guess what, people? You're in pole position. Until next time, lights out.